Okay. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the day 2 of our event. And we so much appreciate you making out the time to join us. So I'm sharing my screen now. This is the first of its kind African Day Annual International Conference on Precision Citizen Participation, PCP 2022. And our theme is the AU, Africa We Want Agenda 2063, where we are unveiling opportunities for private sector citizens and institutions. This program is brought on by the Organization of African Academic Doctors in partnership with various distinguished groups. Therefore, just a brief introduction to OAAD. OAAD is a non-profit organization that is open to PhD holders and PhD students of African descent across the globe. It's been established as an academic research implementation and development center. The vision of OAAD is to enhance the quality of life in Africa through research, technology, and innovation. We have our mission where we doctor solutions for Africa and the world. And for our main objective, we strive to bring African intellectuals together to foster development while engaging relevant internal and external stakeholders. That's why with this program of the PCP, we have various stakeholders coming in together and where we're going to have to discuss on the AU Agenda 2063. So to go on with the program for today, I'll be inviting the president of the OAAD in the person of Dr. Elijah C. Odi. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Victoria, our moderator for today. It's an exciting experience today to be again here in the house today. And for those who may not have been here yesterday, I will just quickly mention to you that yesterday we had great times of engagement to the point after the meeting at 10 p.m., some people hung in till 1 a.m. discussing solutions and business opportunities and plans, potential engagement points that Africans, whether home or abroad, should be able to hook up to. We had very incisive conversations with Professor Tomori, and we also are excited to have been joined today by several other guests and other dignitaries we've brought together from different parts of the world. And we're excited to appreciate the various organizations like the Nigeria Young Academy, the Cameroon Academy of Young Scientists, the Zimbabwe Young Academy of Sciences, and the Next Level Education Foundation International, Asia Alliance of Learning Organizations, and the other partners who are linking up to make sure that we are able to get everyone together, bringing citizens from different categories, ranging from the military to the academia, people in research, in business, entrepreneurs, bringing them together from different fields to see how we can tackle this challenge, because we feel very strongly about the fact that now is the time for Africa, because there are a lot of reshuffling going on in the world in terms of geoeconomics and geopolitics. So it's a good opportunity for Africa to get on board in a well-defined way that we can drive things on the continent, and these being pushed by the citizens. And we are so much excited that it's not just an act being done by citizens without support. We're happy that we have several organizations, ambassadors of different countries located around the world, who are working together also to support. And we are particularly excited that recently also we've been able to get a good nod from the African Union Citizens and Diaspora Directorate, which is actually, so much balanced within what we've been doing. we're happy. It's almost like our organization is designed to fit all they are doing, because we are both in the diaspora and everywhere else, as well as civil society organization. And we are excited to be able to drive along during this solemn assembly and conversations that will be unfolding about what we can do, how citizens can engage based on their competencies, not beating about the bush, but ensuring that we are doing things that are well defined. Because as Africans, the way that we can unite, we don't like to unite around empty spaces. We want to unite around things that are well defined, that can bring some benefit to everyone. And that's why this conversation is very much key. And we'll continue pushing it, we'll continue driving it until we've been able to achieve the various goals and the targets that have been put in place. So ladies and gentlemen, it's an exciting thing to welcome you once again as I hand back over to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Odi. It's always a pleasure hearing from you, the depth of passion that you have to share with us. And it's also driving the expectancy of what we are looking out for with this evening's meeting. So thank you once again. So without more further ado, we'll be bringing up our first speaker in the person of Ms. Manal Harrouche. She is partners at the Citizen and Diaspora Directorate of the African Union Commission, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. A brief bio. The Citizen and Diaspora Directorate, CIDO, is the department responsible for leading the AU's engagement with non-state actors through the diaspora and civil society engagement. It works closely with the AU Missions Office to engage with the diaspora and the civil societies through the work of the Economic, Social, Cultural Council, ECO-SOCC. CIDO has a unit that serves as the secretariat for the ECO-SOCC, an advisory organ of the AU that provides African civil society organizations, CSOs, with a platform to directly influence AU's decision-making process and institutions. Ms. Manal Harrouche will be addressing us, giving us the keynote address on Agenda 2063. It's an agenda for over 1 billion people, the imperative and opportunities for citizen participants. So thank you so much, Ms. Manal. It's a pleasure having you here with us, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Am I well heard?
Yes, please, you're heard.
Okay, that's great. So fellow speakers, representatives of the African continent, representatives of the diaspora and civil society organizations, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning in case you are in a place like far away from Africa. So on behalf of the African Union Commission, please allow me to acknowledge the great work done by the civil society actors over the years to ensure inclusion in the political, social, economic, academic, and historical spheres. My appreciation goes to the organization of the African academic doctors and the organizers of this meeting, which signifies another milestone in the relentless quest actually to ensure the participation of the voiceless, those who are at the receiving end of policies inside and outside the continent via the achievement of the Agenda 2063 goals. Your commitment to ensure that the AU 2063 agenda goals and aspirations with the expertise of civil society, diaspora members, and African academia is remarkable and worthy of attention as it seeks to harmonize the interests of all facets of Africa to yield maximum benefits. Notwithstanding the fact that issues concerning diaspora resonates with the most of the other objectives, the AU 2063 agenda recognizes the contributions of migrants and diaspora to development, specifically in its objective 5 and 6. And prior to this noble feat, the African Union has initiated several other noble initiatives, just like to yield several policies with regards to its diaspora. The African Union's appreciation of the citizens and global citizens and also the diaspora, specific diaspora in the Caribbean, the Americas, the Asias, in the Middle East and Africa, and in Europe, in one of the decisive reasons for the transition from the erstwhile Organization of African Unity to the African Union. The OAU, which was formed to put a stop to colonialism and apartheid, noted that the fruition of its objectives could not have been achieved without the role of the African civil society within and outside the continent. Hence, the formation of the people-centered union known as the African Union is now on. To this end, the African Union held the first African Global Diaspora Summit in Johannesburg, South Africa in May 2012, where heads of states and governments, among other diaspora-related items on the agenda, agreed on the implementation of the 5 diaspora legacy projects as vehicles for which the diaspora can be engaged in a sustainable manner. Skills Database is the first project of the African professionals of the diaspora that is built by the member states and diaspora organizations in order to fully employ them for the development of the continent. The Diaspora Volunteer Corps is also aimed at helping youth of the diaspora to acquire reliable work experience via volunteerism in EU institutions and other partners. Third, the African Diaspora Investment Fund, which is an investment fund that addresses development challenges confronting Africans in the continent and the diaspora. And then the Global Development Marketplace for the Diaspora, which is a project that seeks to promote entrepreneurship and innovation through Africa. The last project is the African Institute for Remittances, AIR, that develops the capacity of AU member states and other stakeholders to implement concrete strategies to use the remittances as a development tool for poverty reduction. Notwithstanding the civil society actors within the continent, Africa has as well been endowed with the most diverse civil society outside the continent, which is its diaspora. They portray various eras of our history, ranging from over 2 million people, 200 million people of African descent living in the Americas, to the ascendants of Africans enslaved towards the Mediterranean Sea during the Ottoman Empire, who affirmed their identity as Afro-Turks, and the Afro-Indians who have their origins from East Africa. These huge figures of Africa's global representation cannot be ignored, and in order to build and institutionalize more effective collaboration with the African diaspora, the African Union's Amendment Protocol in the Constitutive Act invites and encourages the full participation of civil society and the diaspora as an integral part and in the building of the African Union. The rich identity, culture, and heritage the diaspora exude in their philanthropic contributions, skills, and connections depicts the beauty of the African diversity, which must be harnessed in a proactive manner towards the continent's overall development and the development of Europe, which hosts approximately 11 million Africans. The African Union's definition of its diaspora is well known as this charts the path of the Union to engage its diaspora in a well-constructed and systematic way. While there is continental, regional, and national momentum for diaspora engagement, there remain several constructions and structural challenges in the process relating to the capacity of all AU member states to develop sound policy frameworks that can generate development impact, the engagement of non-governmental actors and all. Through the capacity building initiatives, actually, it has been noted that the AU member states are currently in different stages of evolution in terms of their engagement processes. While some member states have advanced policy and program frameworks, the majority remain in early stages of African policy development and planning. In addition, the existence of African or information gaps in relation to citizens and diaspora engagement initiatives in various member states, the RECs and regional economic communities and AU levels have resulted in an ongoing lack of harmonization of national level engagement priorities with regional and continental frameworks. Firms such as these are used as levers to establish, strengthen, and engage African diaspora networks to enhance the AU's diaspora for development agenda through the fostering of stronger bonds with the African diaspora towards the continent's sustainable political, social, cultural, and economic agenda. This procedure is aligned to the depicts such on dictates of the aspiration to the Agenda 2063, which looks forward to an integrated continent, politically united and based on the ideals of Pan-Africanism and the vision of Africa's renaissance to surge into the aspiration 7, which stresses that Africa as a strong, united, resilient, and influential global player and partner. These serve as the continental plectrum on which citizens or civil society engagement, both within and outside the continent, should rest. And in this context, those residing in China, more particularly for our very soon collaboration with China. In addition to the engagement of faith-based actors and trade unions within the continent, the Commission established the Interfaith Dialogue on Violent Extremism, IDOV, in 2017 to empower young peace builders to prevent the threat of violence extremism within their communities through various innovations. Since its inception, IDOV has embarked on several activities and projects that traverse borders and continents, bringing in novel and creative innovations in peace building to create, utilizing the soft power of religion, interfaith and interreligious dialogue as a key tool. IDOV has charted remarkable success and gotten the attention of other continents with the youth, using the theoretical arts and other innovations actually published before that by the CEDAW to lead an important change in using the soft power of religion in the prevention of conflict and violent extremism. Per this context, actually, I believe that, or actually we believe inside the African Union, that our gathering, the Commission's plan for the 2022, seek to concentrate on the following: the development of capacity building initiatives for member states of the African Union to further develop practical policy and program frameworks within the aim of enhancing the contribution of diasporas to the development of their countries of origins. Overcoming information gaps with the aim of coordinating the priorities of diaspora engagement at the national, regional, and continental level. Conducting a feasibility study for the African Diaspora Finance Corporation and supporting the LOMI initiative on the Decade of People of African Roots and Diaspora 2021-2031, and finally celebrating with actions the 10th anniversary of the Global African Diaspora Summit. The African Union Commission is committed to ensuring that proceedings from this meeting is fed into our ongoing and future actions and programs in the building of more formidable partnerships with the inclusion of all. We urge all present to be supportive of the process by contributing constructively in the sessions to make the dream of sustainable development a reality. I wish you all a fruitful deliberations, and I'm extremely sorry for my voice. I've been doing speeches for the whole day today, and actually since the beginning of this week. So again, excuse me for that, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Victoria, you on?
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Manal. It's a pleasure hearing from you and all the plans that the AU has for us. As you've correctly mentioned, most of the constructive contributions we'll be making from this discourse, we're looking forward to seeing it being implemented. And we're also looking forward to actively partnering with the AU going forward on various of the schemes and the CSIs that we are bringing up. So once again, thank you so much for your presence and the speech you gave to us.